welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another book review, but this is a bit different than normal. Normally I do fiction, and today we're going to cover nonfiction. The Poisoner's Handbook by Deborah Blum. Alright, first off, it's got that bit of a provocative title with Poisoner's Handbook, so let's go ahead and mention this is covering poisons from the early 1900s. Let's actually read through the synopsis. A fascinating jazz-age tale of chemistry and detection, poison and murder, The Poisoner's Handbook is a page-turning account of a forgotten era. In the early 20th century New York, poisons offered an easy path to the perfect crimes. Science had no place in Tammany Hall, controlled coroner's office, and corruption ran rapid. However, with the appointment of Chief Medical Examiner Charles Norris in 1918, the poison game changed forever. Together with toxicologist Alexander Gettler, the duo set the justice system on fire with their trailblazing scientific detective work, triumphing over seemingly unbeatable odds to become the pioneers of forensic chemistry and the gatekeepers of justice. So this is looking more or less at the development of forensic chemistry and forensic science in general, because Alexander Gettler and Charles Norris were really foundational in developing that as a science, to the point where it even goes over when Norris actually set up one of the first academic programs for becoming a forensic chemist. As such, any poisons discussed in the book, just to allay anyone's fears that this book is actually going to be teaching people how to poison others, were maybe hard to detect in the 1920s and 30s until this man came up with his detection methods. And in modern science, they're significantly easier to detect than they used to be. There's a lot more sensitive techniques that we have now that just didn't exist at that point in time. So don't really worry about people picking up methods for poisoning someone from this. It's really just an interesting look at the chemistry that's involved and some of the particulars that they had to go through to actually come up with their discoveries, as well as picking out a couple cases from each time period that really were representative of those particular types of crimes. So the way the book is split up, each chapter is named after a poison, and you're given a time frame. The poison is part of a central theme for the book, and every single time that a poison is addressed, the author actually goes over some really broad strokes chemistry. When I say broad strokes, I don't think you even actually need a formal education in chemistry to really understand what's going on. Just a passing knowledge of what chemistry is in general, which is more or less the study of how things are made or what they're made up of.